Last week was terrible, okay? You guys, I know you have something to say to everything that I have to say, but please keep it to yourself unless you raise your hand, okay? Just respect, all right? I don't want to have to get out the microphone again. Parking in bad weather policy. Sorry you guys had to park down at the school, and if it ever stops raining and the ground freezes, you'll be free to park over here again, but whenever it's bad weather, raining, whatever, I'll put something on Facebook that lets you know, hey, park down at the school, and we'll have to shower you guys in just like we did tonight, okay? If it snows real bad and you have a snow day, we follow the policy of northern local schools. If northern local's closed, there won't be Rise Above, okay? So, pray that the snow comes on any day other than Tuesday. Right? Right. Okay. Birthdays. Who had a birthday this week? Everybody? Brittany, yeah, but she's not here. Anybody else? No birthdays? All right, well, I guess we can skip that one. Morgan's not here. Her birthday's in a couple days. Birthday's tomorrow. Tomorrow? No, I thought it was the 8th. Okay. All right, well, how many newbies do we have? If you've never been here, stand up. Actually, if you've never been here, come up to the front. I'll reward you for being fair, so don't be shy. Anybody else never been here? Okay. We're going to learn who our newbies are. All right. You are?
Ashley Conley.
Ashley Conley. What school do you go to?
Shannon.
Okay. High school? And you are?
Ashley Sharp.
Ashley's all over the place. What school do you go to? Okay. Okay.
Doing well, graduated.
Okay. Well, thank you for coming. Now, you guys will notice that I did not hand out bracelets tonight to the newbies. And that's something that we are changing as of tonight's meeting, okay? Tonight's meeting is going to be way different than what we normally have for several reasons. There's been a lot of things getting out of hand. We need to get a handle on them. We need to get back to our roots, okay? The real reason why we have this group and the real reason why it was started. So we're going to get back to some things. We're going to change a few things up. The bracelets, these are our new ones. Came this week. They Rise Above. You like them? Yeah. They cannot be bought, and they are not given out to newbies. These bracelets have to be earned, okay? To get one of these bracelets, you have to come to 7 meetings. You have to complete 7 challenges. They do not have to be in a row, okay? So if you miss a week, don't freak out. But I will be keeping strict attendance, which is why it's so important that you sign in every week. You don't sign in, you weren't here. I don't care if you tell me that I was there and forgot, too bad. Okay? Doesn't count. So make sure you sign in on the sign-in sheet. I'll put in the book and everything, and once you're here 7 times and complete 7 challenges, you can wear one of these. Okay? The reason for that is because we have a lot of people that go to some schools around here that come to 1 or 2 meetings, and they get a bracelet, and they think, oh, that's cool, I'll wear this bracelet around, and then they walk around and they don't do the things that Rise Abovers should be doing. They don't rise above. They don't act the way they need to be acting. They don't get it because they haven't been here enough, and they're not really on board. Most of you guys that are here have been coming for a while. You're on board. You know why we're doing this, and you're into it 100%. So it shouldn't be any big deal for you to come 7 more times, starting tonight, and do 7 more challenges to get yourself a bracelet, okay? So, the old purple ones, that's fine. We still have a few of those. We can sell them in our fundraisers and things like that. But just know that the new ones stand for I earned this, okay? You're going to wear it with pride. Now, also, the bracelets are going to take on a new meaning beginning tonight. The bracelets do not any longer mean that you need to snap them at each other, okay? We are going back to the roots of we can't change anyone but ourselves. So, when we wear our bracelet, it means I stand for Rise Above. I choose to rise above in my own life today. Okay? Every day when you put your bracelet on, and I don't care what color it is, whether you earned it or whether you were given it, when you put it on, It stands for what you're going to do in your own life that day. Don't snap them at each other anymore, because we're not the Rise Above police, okay? And a lot of people have been accusing us of being that way. I don't want that kind of rap with this group, okay? Everybody understand? Yeah. Good deal. Okay, I'm not going to sit and be mean to you all, I promise. Who did last week's challenge, by the way? Dang, y'all! So, I did buy some prizes. If you did last week's challenge, stand up. Hello! They are so proud of you guys. That was a huge challenge.
To the rescue.
I don't see. But it was to go 24 hours without whatever your favorite thing is. Facebook, texting, your cell phone. How many of you guys went more than 24 hours? Wow!
Alright.
Good for you. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, I did it in age.
So, did you feel like you were learning a little bit of self-control?
Yeah.
It was uncomfortable, but it wasn't impossible, right? Right. And just so you know, I did my challenge as well. I went without coffee for one day, and I went without music for another day. So, I did not ask you guys to do anything that I don't do myself, but I just wanted you to know that I did do the challenge. So, I would encourage you to continue one day a week maybe, just to say, you know what, I'm going to go without this today. Just all day, just to prove that you can still do it. Okay? Each time you do that, you're going to be building more self-control. We need a lot of self-control. We'll talk about that in just a few minutes. Okay? But before we get into the lesson and everything, we will have PJ come up and sing for us. Don't. Say some. Oh, Mike, sorry.
Not some?
No. Okay, let's give him your respect, people.
This is a song I did last time I was here, but since there's a lot of people here, I don't think I've heard it.
song called Where It Goes. And so I started cutting myself a lot, and I wouldn't cut myself in like all different places. I would cut myself in a certain place and over and over and over in the same place, so people wouldn't see that I would have so many scars. I stopped cutting myself for about a year and a half. Then my friend Lauren, that we all know and love, died in a car crash. It got really bad at the time with my depression. Then my boyfriend's mom died that I was really close to, because I always used to go into the hospital and talk to her and everything. She died like a week after Lauren, maybe. Then my mom, at the same time that my boyfriend's mom was in the hospital and dying, my mom was having cancer and stuff. Praise God that she's still alive, thank God. But at the time I was just feeling like God didn't care about me. He just hates me. He's just laughing at me up there. So I pretty much gave up all my religion at the time. Didn't really tell anybody that, but I did. After like a month later, I started cutting a lot more and a lot deeper. So I'm not afraid of like to show my scars and stuff, so yeah. But my mom, when she found out that I started cutting, she kind of flipped out a little, you know how parents are. But before she found out, I went to go see a friend that hasn't been here in Ohio in a very long time, and she was at my bully's house. So I wasn't really lenient about going there, but I still went because it was her last night here. And so when I came there, we had a bit, like an hour of maybe just talking and having fun. And then all of a sudden, my bully got really, really ticked off at some point, and he pulled 4 giant knives out on me. And I kind of yelled at him and said, "Don't you understand that I suffer from depression from that?" He kind of jumped back at that point because he didn't know. And he was kind of the first person I actually told anybody that I suffer from depression from, other than my boyfriend. And so yeah. So I told my brother and PJ, because they were there at the same time, that we need to go and everything. And they're like, okay. But my bully's mom was not wanting to leave and stuff, because she wanted to see what she could do about it and everything. So she put her hand against the door and everything to make sure that I didn't leave and everything. And I kind of felt like I was boxed in and everything. So I eventually got out of the house. I went to the house, my house, and I started having a really bad meltdown. I didn't care who was around me. PJ was sitting right next to me. I didn't have any sharp objects around me, so I started using my fingernails and scraping and scratching at my wrist, trying to get my veins to get out. my dad told me that my mom wanted me, and so she ended up talking to me and everything and telling me that you're not a bad person and everything. But I told her, yes, I am a bad person, and people shouldn't love me because I cut myself and I hurt myself, and I showed her. And she told me and my dad that we need to get her to the hospital. And I wasn't wanting to go to the hospital for it. So they eventually just pushed me into the car. My brother sat on one side of me, and then PJ sat on the other side because I told them I was going to jump out of the car if they took me. So they got me there, and I was telling them the doctors all different stories, telling them stupid stories and lies, making it up, because I didn't think I was supposed to be there. They made me go under camera watch for one night. So yeah, I can't really get into that stuff, but yeah. The first night, I kind of went crazy, if you could kind of say that, because they wanted to take all my bracelets, and I'm always with bracelets, and you can tell. I'm like, you can have every single bracelet except my Lauren bracelet and my Rise Above bracelet, because that's my emotional therapy Timothy. Because I snap on it, and that's my coping therapy. They're like, no, you gotta take it off. So I went ballistic and stuff, so they put me in the quiet room. The nurse went into a room where they had my mom and dad, and they're like, yes, you can take every single bracelet, just don't take those because that is her coping skill. And it does tend her to cope instead of doing bad stuff to her. So they eventually let me have it. And now that they have it where you can go to the hospital and they can give you bracelets too to snap on. So they said that they got the idea from me, so kind of cool. But anyway, when I got out of the hospital, it was a really crazy night because I started flipping out from my mom and dad, screaming, "You need to get this out of my room, you need to get that out of my room, or else I'm going to do something bad to myself." Yeah, it was a really long night. So, yeah. Maybe, it was kind of cool because I got out the day to a month of Lauren's death, so I thought Lauren was looking after me, saying, "Get out when the anniversary of my death." So, it was pretty cool. Yeah. When I was in the hospital, I was really, really sad because and depressed on Tuesday because I wanted to come to Rise Above and everything. But then I got a card in the mail from Shannon, so it lifted my spirits up again. So, yeah. Everybody thought it was pretty cool because I was the only one to get mail from it, so pretty cool. But anyway, a month maybe after I got out of hospital, I started cutting again. Then a week after that, I went to church. And went down to the altar and stuff, and pretty much gave my life back to the Lord, if you can say that, rededicated, something like that, I go to therapy now, and I don't care if people hear that or not, because I do need it. Therapy is not just a bunch of wax. It actually does help you. So, yeah, the day that I was going to therapy, my mom and me were talking in the car, and she's like, are you going to tell your therapist about what happened last night? I'm like, maybe, maybe not. And I was just talking to her and everything, and I said the first time in a long time, the feeling of depression is kind of going away. So it's kind of an emotional battle right now, still because the devil is still trying to attack me and everything. So I still need all your love.
I like to have people share their stories, just so you guys can understand that you're not alone when you think you are. Lauren went through a bout of depression, some of you know, while she was alive, and she ended up in the hospital for 5 days, and she had to go to therapy and things like that. And she cut, just like Chelsea said. There's a lot of kids out there that have these issues. You're not alone. So this group, I want you to know that we do not look down on that in any way, shape, or form. I mean, if you have issues, join the club. Everybody has issues, okay? We are here as a support group to be able to help you. So if you feel like that you are all alone and you need someone to talk to, that's what we're here for, okay? Thank you, Chelsea, for being so honest with us and sharing your story. I appreciate that. Okay, we are going to do things a little bit different. I'm going to sit down here with you guys. Because I'm not going to teach you, I'm going to be one of you this time. Okay? We need to get back to our roots. First of all, I want to thank you, each of you that decided to encourage me last week when I posted on Facebook that I was giving up. I'm done. I've had it. Okay? I was having a bad day that day. And I don't know if any of you guys have lost someone that's close to you, but sometimes I have days like that where I really miss Lauren, and I just want to lay in my bed and cry all day long. And that was one of those days. I went to work. I lasted almost half a day at work, and I had to leave. And I cried at work, and I cried in the parking lot, and I was under a desk at work like this, crying my eyes out for like 30 minutes. Until I finally decided I'm not going to be able to work. I'm going home. Cried in the parking lot, on Ben, and finally went home, slept for a while, and then I got up and I got on Facebook. Big mistake. There was some stuff going on Facebook. Some people said some things on Facebook about Rise Above that really, really hurt me personally. And they weren't saying things about me, they were saying things about Rise Above, and they were saying things about people that come to this group. So I think that we need to address some of those issues. I want to let you guys know I was going to give up until I started thinking about each and every one of you and how all of you guys depend on me every single week and how I depend on you. And I decided that I couldn't give up. And not to mention, after I decided to turn the TV on, there was a preacher on, and he was saying, "Don't you give up! Don't you give up!" I mean, he was like preaching at me, so I was like, okay, I won't give up. So anyways, thank you if you encourage me, okay? I just want you to know, I am here to encourage you as well. So if you guys are having one of those days where you feel like giving up, get on Facebook, get on the phone, text me, whatever you need to do. I'll do my best to try to cheer you up. And hopefully I'm not having a bad day too, okay? We're here for each other, and we need to remember that. Now, I want everybody to close your eyes for a minute. Close your eyes. Think of just you personally, your reason why you come to Rise Above. Your number one reason why you come to Rise Above. Maybe it's to better yourself. Maybe it's to hang out with your friends. Maybe it's so other people will see you here. Maybe it's to get some good cookies. Maybe it's because you don't have anything else better to do on Tuesdays. But stop and think. Be honest with yourself. Why do you really come here? And then I want you to stop and think about if you were coming here for the very first time, You come in the door, you don't know anybody. Is there anyone that would come up to you and say, "Hi, my name is," what's your name? Is there anybody that would say, "You want to come sit with me?" Or would you be made fun of? Is there anybody who would try to make you feel welcome at this group? Or is everyone in their own little clique? Just stop and think what it might be like if it was your very first time coming here. Now I want you guys to open your eyes up. I want you to remember that every single week somebody is here for the first time. It may not be you, but someone is here for their first time. And we need to make sure that we're making a good impression. Not that we're here to impress anybody, that's not what we're about, but that we are here to make people feel welcome. Now, why did we start Rise Above? Does somebody want to tell me? Anybody got any ideas what Rise Above really was started for? Jerry?
Change the world.
To change the world. Sarah?
Change yourselves.
To change ourselves, that's right. Rosie? To make a difference. To invite more people to have more friends? Okay, yeah. That goes along with getting people to support you. Yes?
To make everybody feel like they belong in this world.
Exactly. We want to make sure that everyone feels like they're worth something in this world. I can't tell you how many times my daughter Lauren came home, and though she had so many friends, she came home and cried her eyes out because she didn't feel like she was worth anything. I don't want anybody to feel that way. Especially not when they come to Rise Above. And I shouldn't have to be having this conversation with you guys, but believe me, more than one person has told me that they've been made fun of here, at a meeting, by people who come here every week. That should not happen, people. I'm sorry, it shouldn't. Stop and think about why you really come here, okay? Let's try to make a difference. Let's get back to our roots. We can't change other people, but we can change ourselves. Now, some of you have done a really good job of that. Some of you go out there every single week. You try your best to do the challenge. You try your best not to say things when people would bash Rise Above. But others of you leave it here in this room. And when you go out there all week long, you act just the same as you did before. Okay? If you're not going to come and apply what you learned, why are you really coming?
Well,
Okay? Stop and think. If you're going to waste your time coming out here, I know it's for more than a candy bar. Okay? I know that you come here for more than that. The stuff that I give out is trinkets. It's not anything that you can't go buy yourself at the store, you know? You come here to make a difference. And if you don't come here to make a difference, maybe you should examine your life and try to see what it is that you can make a positive impact on this world. Maybe you think you don't need any change in it all. Okay, guess what? If you don't need any change in it all, how can you change the world for the better? Whose life have you affected today? Stop and think for a second. Have you guys done anything today that's going to make a lasting impression on anyone? A good lasting impression? I did two things today. I'm not going to tell you what they are because I don't want glory for that. But I made sure I did two things that were going to better somebody else's life today. I want you guys to stop and think about that. You know, we're here for a reason. Now, we already talked about the side conversations and respect. That was a huge thing. But what about respecting each other? How many times on Facebook is somebody trashing Rise Above or trashing someone that comes to Rise Above and you feel the need to respond? Be honest, how many have done it? Thank you. Let me tell you what happens when you do that. And I'm honest too because I raised my hand. I responded to something I should not have responded to the other day. When we respond to our haters, we are giving them more ammunition. Okay? We are telling them that by responding to them, what they say has merit. Now, everything that I've read out there that trashes Rise Above is absolutely 100% not true. Okay? So, if something is out there on Facebook and it's not true, why am I going to give it the time of day? If I respond to that, all that's doing is telling them, hey, I have a point, because if I didn't have a point, they wouldn't argue with me. So we need to remember that one of the core values of Rise Above is to keep your mouth shut. I am 100% positive that if you can't say anything nice to these people, you don't need to say anything at all. Okay? Keeping your mouth shut. Let me tell you, number one, I do not need you to defend me. Number two, Rise Above does not need you to defend it as a group. Okay? We don't need anyone to get on Facebook and say, well, that's not true, she's a good person, or that's a good group. I don't need that. I don't care what anyone says about me, and I don't care what people say about this group, because I know the truth. I know how each and every one of you are. Okay? I know that each and every one of you have worth. Every single one of you. And I know that you're good kids. I love every single one of you. I want you guys to know that from the bottom of my heart. I really do. I know that even the kids that are out there that are hating on Rise Above right now, they have good in them too. You guys need to stop and remember that. The best way that we can defend this group against people that hate on us is by our actions, not our words. People do not care what you say. They care how you make them feel. And if you make them feel like crap, you're not going to listen to a word you say. Okay? There's been a huge issue of everybody calling it people who come to Rise Above fake. How many of you guys have heard that? Oh, the fakes come here. Oh yeah, that's a huge problem, isn't it? You guys think I'm fake? No. I'm here? I don't think any of you are fake. Let me tell you why people want to say that, okay? And this comes from years and years. Sorry, Ben, I'm going to point you out, honey. This comes from years and years of trying to get my husband to go to church with me, okay? Every time he did not want to go to church with me, he said, there's too many hypocrites in church. How many of you guys have heard that before? Oh, church is filled with hypocrites. Let me tell you something, and I say this to him all the time. There's hypocrites everywhere, honey. The people in church are the ones that are trying to help themselves. Now that's true about this group as well. This is not a Bible group. It's not a church group. But we do teach a lot of things that come from the Bible, okay? This group, people say that you're fake because you come here and you learn how to properly act, and then you go out there and sometimes you mess up. How many people sometimes mess up? Yeah, me too. Okay? And guess what? The second you mess up, they're on you like stink on poop, aren't they? Yes, they are. And they're saying, she's fake. She goes to Rise Above. She should not have said that. Guess what? The people that are fake are the ones that are out there. At least you're still coming here and trying to change. Okay? They're using it as an excuse. Because either A, they're too lazy to come here and try to work on themselves, or B, it makes them feel better to put you down. Because what's happening is you guys are shining a light. And when light shines in darkness, guess what? The people who look ugly get the light shown on them. And they don't like what they see. So in order to take the focus off themselves, they try to turn it back around on you. Okay? So, when we talked about this, I want you guys to know that that we're coming against right now, all of this stuff that's going on Facebook, this is a good thing because this is keeping us strong. This is teaching you how the real world is. People are not always going to be nice to you. You're going to have opposition. How many of you guys were here the night that I talked about Martin Luther King? Okay? He had a lot of opposition, right? But he didn't just give up and say, you know what, this is too much trouble. I'm so sick and tired of people talking about me. I'm so tired of my house getting bombed. I'm so tired of every single night I go to bed wondering if they're going to show up to lynch me. You know, no, he did not say that he was sick and tired of it. He kept making a difference. How? With his actions. Okay? That's what I want you guys to do. Keep making a difference, but do it with your actions, not with your mouths. They're not listening. They're going to see how you act, not listen to what you say. Okay? You guys get that? Get it? Good. I don't think any of you guys are getting it. All right, one other thing that has been brought up about Rise Above is that there's too much religion here. How many of you guys have heard that one? Oh, it's full of, it's just too much religion. Well, I'm going to address that. First of all, I started this group under God's direction, okay? I didn't just come up, I'm not that brave to just come up with this all by myself, okay? It was from God. And I'll tell you right now, I do not intend to preach to you guys, but I am going to say some things that come out of the Bible once in a while. If it applies, I'm going to say it. And guess what? I have that option because I'm the leader of the group. So if you don't want to hear it, you don't have to come, okay? Same with everybody else. If they say it has too much religion, well, guess what? They don't have to come either. If you like what I have to say, because things that I have to say come straight out of the Bible sometimes, but they help you as a person. This is a life lesson class, not a Bible class, okay? Life lessons, and they're good for everybody, whether you believe in God or not, all right? I don't force you guys to come here. I never will. It's your choice. So if you're going to choose to come here, you have to listen to me. I'm sorry. We need to go over what constitutes bullying again, because some other people have said, oh, everything I say and do is bullying now. Everything's so bullying. How many of you guys have heard that one? Yeah. Okay, what is bullying? Somebody want to give me the definition? Caitlin.
People put on other people that make them feel strong.
Okay. You want to elaborate? Yes.
Making somebody feel less about themselves.
Okay, is it a one-time deal? It has to be something that they do again and again and again. They feel no remorse over it. They get pleasure out of it. Okay, that's bullying. When somebody gets ticked off at you because you stole their boyfriend last week and they want to beat you up, and then they go on about their business after they get over it when they get another boyfriend the following week, is that bullying? No. But if somebody's consistently, I'll tell you what, I got bullied when I was younger. I just shared this story with our camera woman back there, Miss Olivia. I got bullied when I was in 9th grade. And I went every day down the hall from history class, and this girl would walk behind me every single day and just, bam, pop me upside the back of the head. I ignored her. She knocked my books out of my hand, and I was just trying to, I put my head down, which is something I tell you guys never to do. Put my head down, just walk like this, and she's like, all the way, punching me all the way down the hall. And I just tried to ignore. I didn't have anybody that stood up for me. And one day she caught me in the hall by myself. She said, I heard you call me a, and she said out loud. And I said, no, I didn't. And she said, well, I think you did. Pop! And she jacked my jaw, and I just did not know what in the world to think. I stood there for a minute just stunned, and then I started crying, and then I went to the office and told on her. Okay? So, I know that sounds kind of ghetto, but that's what I did. But let me tell you, this is the moral of the story. Back in the day when I was in high school, long, long time ago, we went to the office, she got suspended, she came back, that was the end of it. Okay? That was the end of it. She didn't bother me no more. In this day and age, that would not happen. In this day and age, I'd have went home and she'd have been on Facebook, starting all kind of rumors about me. She'd have been on her cell phone. You know, you guys have so much more to deal with now because you can't get away from that bullying. Once it starts, it's constant. It's constant. Okay? Which is why we need this group, which is why we need to find new ways of dealing with it. My way of dealing with it, putting my head down and walking away, will not work in today's society. Okay? Rise Above is about finding better ways to deal with it. Now, some of those actions do work. Walking away works. Putting your head down doesn't. Okay? Keeping your mouth shut works. But you have to put something else with it. A little bit of kindness. And we've gotten away from that as well. Do you guys remember the first day of school we made up all those care packages and we gave them to people? Okay? We need to start remembering that just keeping your mouth shut and ignoring the problem doesn't necessarily get rid of it. okay? Sometimes it takes that little extra something. Sometimes it takes a little extra being nice to that person that's hateful to you, okay? Now, let me give you another little secret. If there's somebody on Facebook that continually trashes you and Rise Above, there's this little thing called delete that you can use. There's also another little thing called unsubscribe, and I can tell you I've used that quite a few times because there are people on there, and I will not defriend anybody unless I have a really dang good reason, because I have a lot of friends and I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, okay? But I can unsubscribe, which means I don't see their statuses, therefore I'm not tempted to say something to them, okay? So if somebody is continually getting on your nerves and you don't want to deal with it, unsubscribe, please. It makes life a lot easier, all right? Okay. Now, two more things. Facing adversity needs to make us stronger, okay? I feel like, how many of you guys felt like this past week that this group is splintering? Like it's just falling apart, okay? We can't have that. We're stronger than ever. Last week we had 79 kids, okay? The week before that we had like 81. The week before that we had 79, almost 80, okay? We're growing. We're becoming strong. Let me give you one thing. The people are talking about us. They're not saying good things, but at least they're talking. At least we have their attention, okay? That's a good thing. Let me tell you, when Jesus walked the earth, people talked about him. They're still talking about him, and I want to know that 10 years down the road, people are still talking about Rise Above because of the difference that we made, okay? Don't you guys want that? Isn't that exciting to you that you can make a difference like that? These little ones coming up, you know, Kyla and everything, when she gets into high school, I want to know that Rise Above is a force to be reckoned with. And you guys are the ones that's going to have to make that happen. We have to get stronger, not weaker because of this. We have to lift each other up. We have to ignore the haters, put them on delete, whatever you got to do, ignore the haters. Because believe me, if they came here and saw what we were really about, they probably wouldn't be saying all that stuff. So they need to try it before they knock it, okay? And if they have tried it and they don't want to come, fine. Rise Above is for everyone. Anybody's invited, but it's not going to work for everyone. Some people just aren't going to get it. And you guys have to understand that. Let them be free to be who they are, okay? If it's not for you, it's not for you. I'm not here to force anybody to come, and neither are you. We don't need to defend it. The group will defend itself as long as you guys act accordingly. Now, we need to let our haters be our motivators, right? You guys for that? I want to take 1 minute just to know if anybody else has anything that they feel is a major issue that needs to be dealt with right now. Raise your hand if you do. Have I touched on the things that have been bothering you guys? Yeah. Okay. Do you feel a little bit more stronger now as to how to deal with these things? Okay. I know this wasn't a typical lesson like what I normally do, but I really think that we needed to just sit down and talk this stuff out today. Okay? Like I said, we're going to be changing the way we get the bracelets and things like that. This group is going to be more about earning your place here rather than just coming, seeing your friends for a few hours and then going home. That's not what we're about. Our original mission is to make a change, and we need to do that. I think we've got everyone's attention. Now we need to get their attention in the right way. Okay? We got them talking. Let's get them talking about the right things. Instead of making up stuff about us, let's let them see what we're really about. I have faith that you guys can do that. We stand for a lot of good things. We have a lot of good people here. I believe in you guys. All right, so next week's challenge, and I'll move my chair here and get back to authority. Last week we worked on self-control, right? This week your challenge is to practice self-control in the area of Rise Above. I do not want you to defend this group with your words this week. If someone trashes Rise Above, if someone trashes you for going to Rise Above, practice your self-control and do the things I asked you to do. Yes?
Well, what's a good way to do that? Snap the bracelet at yourself.
Snap the bracelet at yourself. We are not snapping them at each other anymore, right? Yep. Okay? Use that delete key. Use that unsubscribe key. Do not respond to the hate. Okay, you guys think you can do that? Easy challenge. Easy. Easy. How many of you guys think you can do it? Awesome. Okay, I want to be able to have a lot of people to give prizes to next week. All right, now, here's Amanda. Would you please stand up and tell everyone what you told me on Sunday about
Do I
Hunter?
have to stand?
Yes! We want an update on Hunter.
On a chair.
I'm not going to stand trial right now.
Oh, shut up.
Okay, so on Friday, Hunter got to come home. So he's at home now and doing better than ever.
And I'll have to say that's the power of prayer. We prayed.
Yes, amen.
Definitely. I feel like that little boy was very, very, very sick. So, Amanda, what did they
He
say?
was in one out of 29 cases ever recorded, and the first at Children's.
Yeah.
First to be in Ohio.
Yeah, and they just don't get better that quickly.
That is
And he just really got
They
better.
basically get us along the way.
Yeah. Okay. I want to give a little report on Sunday. We didn't have very many people come out to paint ornaments with us, but we had a blast, and I learned how to do booty work, didn't I? For those of you who missed it, haha, you didn't get to see.
I got the video for anybody that wants to.
We had a blast though, so we got all the ornaments painted up for the residents of the nursing home. What?
30 minutes.
In like 30 minutes, yeah, and then we just goofed off the rest of the time. So, but it was fun. We really did have a good time. I would encourage you to please try to come out this week. We're actually going to the nursing home. We're going to sing for the residents. We're going to give them care packages and the ornaments that we painted, even the funky ones that turned out not so good.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I think that they will really, really, really enjoy seeing some young faces. So, if you think you can come, I need to try to get a head count. If you're going to come next week, it's on Sunday at 2 o'clock. Please raise your hand so I can try to count many here.
I'll go.
Okay, you can put your hands down. Okay, so really, if we have that many of you guys show up, these residents are going to be tickled to death. They are. I can say this from experience. I know because I used to go and sing for residents just for the heck of it, and they just sit there like amazed that people would come and see them. Some of them don't get any visitors, you know. They're excited to see people who aren't wrinkled. So, awesome. Come out, be a blessing to them, okay? We're going to have a blast. Also, the card for them is back here where Ben is. If you haven't signed it yet, please sign it. We're going to give them a card too. So, that's important. Last week, we had 79 kids. And 23 people did the weekly challenge, so that's why I thought I had to. I am very, very proud of you guys for as many of you that did the challenge this week. I did not think that there would be so many, so I apologize for not having enough candy. Yes. New Lex speaking engagement, Thursday, December 15th. If you are not currently in school that day, you may come with us, but I need to know. It's going to be at 8:45 in the morning. Sorry about that.
I'm so sick of Dan.
And then also we are having a field trip to the Ohio School for the Blind in February, where you're going to get to be blind for a while, and we're going to have a blind lunch with them and everything else. We have a RiseAboveLKW that is from that school. His name is Brendan Hamlin. He is on Facebook, and let me tell you, this boy is tickled to death to have friends. Let me tell you. He texts me all the time, like really excited about RiseAboveLKW. And he said that he wanted me to let you guys know, if any of you are really curious about what it's like to be blind, feel free to ask him. He is not shy of questions. So, you know, if you want to talk to him and really find out what it's like, he's open to that. Yes. I don't know. That's what you can ask him. That's how you can ask him. Everyone that goes to the high school for the blind is not completely blind. He may have partial blindness. I'm not sure. I haven't met him in person. Yes.
I was talking to him the other day on Facebook, and he's like, got any questions for me about anything blind or anything? He's like wide open about it. It's like actually a really, really, really nice kid. So that was on Facebook. He'll talk to you.
He will. He's very, very nice. And like I said, he's so excited to be part of this group. Even though he can't come to the meetings, he's so excited to have friends. And, you know, I can't even begin to tell you, for someone that may not have very many friends, it may be a huge deal for him if you guys would take the time to talk to him. Okay? He's a really nice kid. So anyway, he's very, very excited about our field trip there, and I'm sure that the rest of the kids are too. I'm excited about going there. So it's going to be way fun. Hopefully we'll have good weather. Yes? No, we're not taking a bus. Do I look like I drive a bus? No, we will need drivers for that. So if any of you guys drive, it's in Columbus. Okay, we can do a caravan kind of thing, I don't know. But I want to be able to get kind of an idea of how many are going to be able to come as well, so that we can tell them how many lunches to have and stuff, okay? Also, March 24th. That's your birthday? Happy birthday. March 24th, if those of you that were not here last week, I believe it was, Rachel Sims, her best friend, is affected with muscular dystrophy, and his name is Hunter. We are raising money to help him. She's going to do a walk. It's probably about 2 hours from here. So if you guys are interested in walking with her, she is more than happy to have people help her out that way. Or better yet, I would like for us to be able to do a fundraiser, or if you have $1 or $2 in your pocket, give it to her. I mean, we need to try to do the very best that we can to help this kid. This is one of our own. He is our Rachel's best friend. And I would do that for any of you guys, you know. So we really need to try to take this seriously and do the best that we can to raise the money that we can to help him, okay? We'll be doing more of that in March. Okay, so with that said, I would like to turn the floor over to Miss Kelly for a few minutes. She has a little surprise, and I have to tell you guys, I don't even know what it is, so I'm scared.
Okay. No, it's nothing bad. But do you have it?
No.
Where's that?
I didn't get something for it.
Don't bring the mic.
Sorry. Oh, yeah, here, Mike.
So excited.
Alright. So,
It's like paper.
alright. You guys here ready? Okay. Alright. This was something that was really laid on my heart, and I kind of shared this with another group that I had, and I shared it at a conference that I did, and so I really wanted to share it with you guys, and I really hope that you jump on board. But Lauren was very, very special to me and our family. I try not to cry. But when you get home tonight, I want you to look up the jacaranda tree. I know you guys are looking at me like, what tree? It's a jacaranda tree. This tree is all over Israel. It is all over the Orient. It is in South Africa, and we even have it right here in the United States. And it's located in the southern part of California. And it's a seasonal tree. And that's what I like about this tree. It's very seasonal. And because it's seasonal, and this is a seasonal time of year, I wanted you to think about Lauren's Christmas stocking. And I want you to think about her Christmas stocking this time of year. And I want you to think about how this time of year she would have been taking things out of it this time of year. And I want you to think about how it would have been hung wherever she normally hangs it at. Now, this jacaranda tree in California is seasonal. And in the season that the leaves are beautiful, they're clustered together in unity. And that's what she's been talking about tonight, is that you guys come together in unity. These leaves are beautiful. And you all know that Lauren was beautiful. And she's brought all of you together. And every one of you, as I sit around and I look at you and I see so many of you tonight, as I was sitting back there, I was like, oh my goodness, this girl has purple on. And I remember Shannon saying, make sure you wear purple on Tuesdays. And this girl has purple on with her skirt and her pretty little belt. And this girl has a purple headband on. And I thought, these girls are remembering to wear the purple on Tuesdays. This girl has her purple t-shirt on here. And I'm thinking, remember to wear purple for Lauren. But the thing about these seasonal trees is that their petals, they fall. And they just fall all over the ground in the seasons. And they just kind of go everywhere. And they fall all over the ground. And they're just everywhere. And they go everywhere. And everywhere you walk, you see these petals fall. Now there's a problem with these petals. As beautiful as they are, as we sit under a park bench in California, you can imagine these people look at these beautiful petals, and they're looking at them. Just as we observed Lauren sit next to her at a table in the cafeteria, as we sat next to her in her house. I know they did. But these petals would be everywhere. Yeah, we don't have kids for it. But these petals would be everywhere.
Here's your stocking.
Oh, great, they have our stocking. Thank you, Ben. This is Lauren's. This is Lauren's stocking. I'm so honored to hold it. I'm gonna touch it. This is Lauren's. Those petals hang in unity, but in the season they fall to the ground. And we sit on park benches. Now there's a problem with these petals. When they fall in the seasons, people begin to walk on them. These petals are purple. They are purple. The jacaranda tree is purple. All the leaves are purple. And as beautiful as they are, when you walk on them, there's a problem with them. When you step on them, they get on your shoes, and there's ink in the petals. So as you're stepping on them, guess what happens? People get them in their shoes. Guess what happens? They take their shoes off. They start scrubbing on them. There's nothing they can do to get them off. They start complaining about them. I've got all this purple dye on the bottom of my shoe. I can't get it off. There's nothing I can do. They scrub them. They take them into their house. It stains up their carpet every year. And there's nothing they can do about it. We go out. What can we do? There's no magical vacuum that sweeps up the entire world. There's no magical air blower that blows all those leaves away. There's nothing you can do to scrub it off. So people start to complain. They're constantly complaining about the ink and the things that are driven in underneath the petals. They're inside your shoe, and they can't scrub them off. People start to walk outside with their shoes off, run around in the grass. Guess what? It's still going to drag in. One way or the other, it drags in. So people complain about it. What I want you to think about tonight is, when you think, how many of you have seen that movie, The Green Mile? How many of you have seen it? How many of you haven't seen it? Let me fill you in real quick. Big, long movie, but I'll fill you in real fast. There's a big guy in the movie. He's kind of slow, has a learning disability. My son has a learning disability. Most people don't know it. He was picked on growing up. He was shoved, he was yelled at, he was stood at a bus stop one time singing a song. This guy in the movie, same thing. He was just picked on in a field and was doing his thing. People picked on him. He was accused of a crime that he didn't commit. He ends up on death row. While he's on death row, this death row, they call it the Green Mile. So as he walks, everybody that walks this mile from their jail cell to death row to sit in their electric chair, they call that their last Green Mile. It's their last walk. This guy, though, has a special touch. He has a special thing about him. He has a special gift. He can touch people, and for some reason, whenever he comes into their life, in the movie, he has a special gift that they can get healed, you know, or whatever. They find out that he has this gift, and so they want him to go to the warden's house one night and touch the warden's wife who has cancer. Now you guys spoke of a girl tonight, or heard from a girl tonight who said, my mom had cancer. Well, I was that mom. I had it on my ovaries, on my insides, and the doctor took it out and healed me. And the Lord touched me and got rid of it before it could spread any further. And that's why this is so touching to me. And I thought about that movie, I thought about these purple petals, and I thought about Lauren, and I thought about all of that together, and I thought, the last mile. We put these stockings came into our lives because we put them on. We wear them. We're not supposed to complain about them. And here's Shannon, here's Ben, and here's Kyla and Brittany. They shouldn't have to complain about this stocking this year. They shouldn't have to sit at home and think, and complain, and whine, and cry over this stocking this year. We ought to join together in unity and love with this stocking and do something about this stocking this year. We ought to wear this stocking with them. And what do I mean by that? We walk the mile with them. So this year, I think that we should all take some money, and it ought to go inside the stocking. And I think that you guys, over the next couple weeks, should take the money that you bring in, $1, $2, and I know you can do it even if you collect cans. I've seen someone do it at church, collect cans and donate it to their building fund, and bring change in. It doesn't matter until this stocking is filled up. And I think that we should call this the Purple Mile Program in dedication to Lauren. And this stocking should be filled up. And I think that somebody in this group will probably share with Shannon and will probably share with Ben. Somebody who's going to blossom in this group within your community, the elementary school, the middle school, or the high school. There's going to be one particular child that is going to stand out in your community that is in need of Christmas this year. And you're going to be their miracle. Just like the woman in the movie, if you haven't seen that movie, watch it. Just like the woman in the movie who got her miracle and was touched and healed, just like I was touched and healed, just like Lauren today, she's got her healing. All of you together here today, you have come together to be Shannon's healing. She's talked about unity tonight, you coming together. No complaints, no whining. Let's not look down at the petals anymore, but let's look up and ask, where is our blossom? Where is our blossom at? And as she said, you're going to come here and you're going to have to listen. Ask God, who's your blossom? Who's going to be your Christmas mile this year? Who's the purple mile? And this should be something you do every year. Don't let this die. Let it grow. Look up and ask, who is your blossom? That's all I have to say.
with silence and with kindness this week, right guys? Okay, we're going to use our self-control. And if it, yes, Ben? I was just going to say, and if anyone wants to contribute to Lauren's stocking, we will find someone in need to be able to give us money to for Christmas. So we appreciate Kelly's idea for that and honoring Lauren. I so appreciate that very, very much. It is a hard season for us. So, okay, and Ben, go ahead.
For those of you who park at the school, we will shuttle you down there. There's no need for you guys to walk. You just be patient.
We could use some help shuttling though.
I did have something.
Once you get your car, you can come back and get some more people. Okay, and so if you did not get a prize for completing last week's challenge, please remember to give me your name so I can get you some candy because I feel really bad, okay? All right, guys, thanks. I love you all.